channel, All Things Charity. I'm Charity, and here on my channel I talk about things that have helped me in my life that I feel can help in yours. So if you like the content that is presented here on my channel, make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss it. So today on my channel I'm going to be talking about how changing your morning routine can really change your life. And I'm just going to be getting into how I changed my morning routine and how it changed my life, and I feel it would change yours as well. So we're just going to be talking about how changing small everyday things that you do in the morning can change your life drastically. So I know sometimes, I don't know about you, but some of us, we wake up at 3:30, 4 o'clock, sometimes even 5 and 6. And it's like, I don't have to be to work till 9, or I'm off today. Like, why am I waking up at this time frame? I want to go back to sleep, right? Okay. So I know that at those times, I used to wake up at 4, 5, and 6 in the morning. And me, I have teenagers, so I'm like, I don't have to be up at this time, and me, by having teenagers, they can get themselves up and ready to go for school. So there's no need for me to be up around that time. So I would just go back to sleep. And if I had to be to work at 9, or if I had to be to work at, just say, 11 or 12, I would sleep literally till 30 minutes before I had to be to work. So I was finding myself, when I did do that, it felt like, even though that, I was up, I had washed my face, I had brushed my teeth, I even fixed me a cup of coffee, I still was feeling drained. I wasn't, feeling like myself. And I'm thinking, well, the night before, I didn't go to bed too late. I may have went to bed maybe 9 or 10 the night before. So why am I feeling so drained? And I'm like, this is the job that I do every day. I'm not doing anything, tough. I'm not doing anything hard. I'm just doing the normal 9 to 5 customer service job. So it's like, Charity, what is the problem? You need to get into it. You need to get some pep in your step. Like, this can't be life, right? Okay. So I was like, well, what can I do to, get some energy inside of me just so I can be ready for the day? It was like coffee wasn't enough. It was like, I was ready to go, but I wasn't ready to go. My mind was there, but it wasn't there as it should have been. So I wanted to do something that would, get me more ready for life, more ready for the day, more ready for, any obstacles that may have, that were going to come my way. So, one day I just decided that I was going to change my morning routine, okay? So by changing my morning routine, I'm like, okay, maybe I can implement some type of exercise in my morning routine. Okay, maybe that's one thing I can do, so I'm like, well, I'll get up, I'll do some exercise, wash my face, brush my teeth, same thing that I was doing the other mornings before. So as I implemented the exercise, okay, I was feeling a little bit better. I'm like, okay, so this may be it. Okay, so now I'm waking up, doing my morning regimen, my morning hygiene, also doing exercise, drinking my coffee, ready for the day. But then I still was feeling like something was missing, and I had to figure out what was missing from my life, that would, like I said, get me more ready for the day, get my brain ready, get my body ready, like really get me awoke for the day versus me drinking your normal 8-ounce cup of coffee. And me, I'm like, I'm only gonna drink 1 cup. There's no need to drink more than 1 cup. Like I said, I'm only doing a regular 9 to 5 customer service job. So I was like, okay, it has to be something else that I can do to you know, give me more enthusiasm about today, get me more ready for the day than I am. It's like, so I don't know if you all ever heard that saying, you know, stay ready so you don't have to get ready. So I found out this is what they meant when they said stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Okay, so you know, all the times that, you know, like I said, you're waking up 4, 5, and 6 in the morning, and you know, you're like, okay, I don't have nothing to do right now, I'm going back to bed. So I decided instead of going to bed, you know, when I wake up at these times 4, 5, and 6, I was like, I might just stay up. You know, let me see what's going to happen if I just not go back to sleep and I just stay up. So, you know, one morning I said to myself, I said, okay, you know, if I wake up at, you know, 5 in the morning, I don't care if it's 5:30, whatever, I'm just going to stay up and continue on my day as if I woke up maybe say 8 or 9. And so I found out in doing this has changed my life. So me waking up at 5 and 6 in the morning and actually staying up and moving on with the day from that time frame, you know, it really changed my life drastically, and it really got me ready for the day. So I also start listening to a morning prayer. And in this morning prayer, you know, it just really gets your mind going, it gets your mind thinking, and it gets your body up, and it makes you feel like whatever is going to come to you that day in that time, you're going to be ready to conquer it. You're already going to be ready, and you don't have to get ready, you know. So I'm going to also link that prayer in the description box below, so make sure you check it out. You know, it's a great morning prayer that I found here on YouTube, you know, that has really been, you know, having me start to think, you know, having me not feel like, you know, I can't conquer what's going to be coming for me that day, you know. And so you have to know too, as you have problems throughout the week or, you know, throughout the month, and you know, it's certain problems that we cannot find the answer to, or we cannot get the answer to, you know. So it's like I found in that, you know, when waking up at that time frame, you know, if you just were to just sit in your bed and have some train of thought to yourself, all of the answers that you needed in that week or in earlier in that month will then come to you while you're there, because it's like you're having a peace of mind. Because when you think about it, around that time, who's up? No one should be up. I mean, your children shouldn't be up, of course. So it really gives you time to yourself, and you know, time to think about a lot of things that you may have put off. You know, you'll find all of your answers there, you know. So, and that's a perfect time to, you know, reach out to God at that time, you know, like I said, because everyone else is asleep. So, you know, what's going to stop him from hearing your prayer? I know he hears your prayers all the time, but just to think, you know, who's going to be up around that time. So it's a great time to, you know, get out your frustrations, you know, write down some things that, you know, you want to see changed in your life, you know, and how can you implement those changes in your life. So it really gives you a lot of time to think, you know. So I just find myself, when I am waking up at that time, or you know, earlier than the time that I am supposed to wake up, just stay up, you know. Stay up, you know, have some time to yourself, you know, sit up in your bed, you know, and think about all the things in your life that you want to see changed, you know. Write those things down and take a look at those things day by day, you know, and try to see what you can do to get those things changed that you do want changed. You know, it's like when they say the early bird gets the worm, it's like when you're up that early, you don't miss anything, okay? You know, and that's what I find out as well. You know, as I'm getting up, you know, it's like I'm catching all these vibrations that I should have been catching before. Everything that, you know, God has been wanting to tell me, you know, everything that I have missed out on, I'm really able to focus more because I'm having more time to myself. You know, it just gives us that extra time before we have to take children to school, before we have to, you know, cook breakfast for everyone, you know, things like that. And before we actually have to get ready for work, that's that time for us, you know. And just think about all the things that you can do around that time. You know, all the things that you can get done, and you be thinking like, okay, you may think like, what can I do at 5 and 6 in the morning? Well, what you can do is, like I said, just jot down some things that you want to see different in your life. You know, sit up in your bed, you know, and have some time to yourself, because you'll find that all of the questions that you wanted answered earlier in the week, they're going to come to you right then. And I also, you know, by waking up at that time and, you know, writing down some things that I want to see change in my life, you know, I implemented also my exercise, you know, nothing big, you know, just maybe 15 squats or, you know, something to that effect. Some people like to take a walk, you know, walk around their neighborhood. You know, if you have a dog, take your dog out for a walk around that time, you know. And I also would fix my coffee and things like that. And, you know, by me, you know, implementing the list of, you know, me writing down some things that I want to see change in my life, and, you know, researching on, you know, how I can, you know, get these things done, has really worked out me, and it has really worked out for me, and it has really worked out in my favor. You know, and I just felt like, you know, I would, you know, let someone else know, because some other people may not be doing this, and you may be waking up at this time and you're just going back to sleep because you're like I said, why am I up at this time? I don't have anything to do around this. I gotta be to work at so and so hours later. The children have to be to school to hours later. So God, what's going on? You know, so that's what's going on. He's saying that you need to take some time out for yourself, because, you know, as moms and as individuals, you know, we get really busy, and, you know, sometimes life tends to, you know, take over, or, you know, it tends to have a hold on us, and we kind of get lost in, you know, what we're really supposed to be doing. So I just wanted to, you know, let you all know that by you waking up around those times, you know, in the morning, don't go back to sleep. You know, take that time out, you know, sit up in your bed, you know, and I'm telling you, when you do this, you sit up in your bed, place your feet flat on the floor, and all of your answers to the questions that you had all that week, you know, they're going to come to you right then, you know. And I'm a living witness, I'm a living proof that, you know, I had something that I have been trying to do, and I have been trying to figure out for weeks on end, you know. And, you know, I was asking people about it, you know, and asking people, did they know anything about this particular thing? And I just could not get the answer that I wanted. So one day, you know, I want to say I think it was like as early as 3 something in the morning, I was up. And, you know, I just sat up in my bed, you know, instead of, you know, my mind, because, you know, once we think about things, it's like it has our minds like worried. It's like we can't get our mind off of that thing, you know. So that's what was going on with me. And I found out by just sitting up, you know, with this one thing that was on my mind, it's like all of the answers came to me at that moment, like what I needed to do, and what type of papers that I needed, or you know, what to look up and where to get it from. So once all of that came to me in that moment, I was able to tackle that question or that problem or that thing that has been on my mind for that whole week. And I believe it came to me that way because I was able to sit, relax. I had nothing else to do. Like I said, who's doing something at 3 something in the morning? You know, I was able to really, you know, listen to my mind and listen to the things that, you know, God had been wanting to show me all week, but I had been too busy. And then when he did, you know, want to show me, I would go back to sleep. You know, I wasn't really taking heed of the time that was prepared for me. And so I just want you all to, you know, next time think about when you're waking up around this time, or even say you're waking up at 7 or 8 in the morning. You don't have to be to work to 10 or 11. Or like I said, the children don't have to be to school till later. I just want you to take that time and actually sit up in your bed, place your feet flat on the floor and listen. You know, and you would be so amazed at how many answers come to you out of all the questions that you have been needing answers for all week. They're going to come to you. And you know, you also, you know, want to change how you eat, you know, and you want to make sure you have a few glasses of water in the morning, changing what you drink, and also implementing, you know, some type of exercise in your life, so that way you'll be ready for the day. And as I stated before, I'm going to place a link below of a prayer that I listen to every day as well. You know, this prayer, like I said, it gets my body ready, it gets me wanting to move. It makes me feel like I can conquer anything. I can feel God all over it. You know, and I want you all to, you know, experience that same thing that I'm experiencing. And I just want you to, you know, feel the way that, you know, it has changed my life, and I know it will change yours as well. You know, so like I said, just by changing your morning routine, you just do not know how much it can change, you know, your life for the better. As I stated before, you want to implement a little bit of prayer. You want to implement some exercise. You know, you're just taking time out for yourself, because I stated we never have the time to do that. So that time in the morning is our time, you know, and God wants us to take hold of this time. And you know, it's not a lot of time, but it's enough time to, you know, do some things or get some answers that we've always been wanting. You know, get some things off of our chest that we need to get off our chest at that time. You know, that's the perfect time to talk to God, because many people aren't up. So, you know, that's your time to have with him. So, with all that being said, I do want to thank you all for stopping by my channel and listening to these great gems that I have used in my everyday life that I feel will help you in yours. And I cannot wait to see you all on my next video.